And we are live here on Tuesday Night Chat. I'm Dave,
I'm Ron.
and thanks for everybody for joining us tonight. Here, we'll give it a minute or two, Ron, to let the chat room fill up here, as they say, as we have our Tuesday Night Chat. Yeah, that's the thing about going live is you want to give it a minute or two for everybody to catch you and come on and join you. So we're joining. Yeah, so I got some new pennants up. I got the I don't know if you can see it.
I see the Sixers.
Mighty Ducks.
Okay, I think you've had that one up before, haven't you?
I don't know. It's been a while since I changed those up, but I put the Sixers up there. The Mighty Ducks. That is, I think that's an original because now they're the Ducks, right?
Yes, they're no longer. It's no longer the movie logo.
Yeah, so now it's just Ducks, but I do have the Mighty Ducks up there, so I try to change that up every now and then. I'll go and change it up. Hi, Robbie. Thanks for jumping in tonight. We might have a double header for the YouTube crowd tonight. We're just going to go single header tonight on Facebook, but we have I need to wrap up my hockey project on YouTube tonight.
Yes,
that's more of a YouTube thing. So excuse me, Ron. While I burp my ginger ale up, what have you been up to?
Let's see. Did a stream today. So we started that. I got to start uploading stuff from Twitch to YouTube from stuff I did over the weekend. Wife made dinner, so been fed. Got my bottle of cherry white Gatorade, so we're picking on those as we go through. It's nice to have something normal.
Yeah, and I'll say Linda jumped into chat. Oh, check this out, Linda. That's my mother. She I get this package delivered on my door today. I'm like, I don't remember ordering from Amazon. If I did, I already got it in, and it's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer hat.
Wow!
So I'm ready for the Tom Brady season, and check out what it does. It's got lights.
Oh, jeez.
It's got lights.
Y'all warn somebody before you blind them? Here, as my mother is now texting our family group that we have on Facebook. So my birthday back in November.
Yeah.
And we're in a restaurant. And so you obviously can't do candles in a restaurant. So she pulls out the flashlight app on her phone and trying to light the brownie sundae I think we all had. And so she's going to sing happy birthday. And as she's trying to get the light where she wants it, she keeps blinding me with it. Geez, thanks, Mom. Thanks, man.
We got this thing a couple years ago at Christmas time. Everyone got one. I think it was from my uncle, and it was a light switch. It was about the size of your cell phone, but it was a light switch, right? Okay. And like everybody's like, "What is this thing here?" And everybody that opened it up took it out of the box and flicked the switch, and they got blinded by light. It was actually a battery-powered light. So it was a wall switch, but when you clicked it on, it gave you light. So it was for a closet. Everybody got white eye that night. It was hilarious. It's like, don't do it. Oh, my eyes are all bright. Yeah. So this is get some little lights going on here, so I can look around here in the dark. So
you can dig out when Tampa finishes in the cellar next year. Ba-doom, boom.
Jeeves, I know Tom Brady was on the radio down there. I didn't listen to the interview yet, but I guess he just talked about Tampa, which is what you thought he was going to do. He really didn't talk too much about anything else.
No, he's not going to say much of anything. So I wouldn't think.
So we're doing okay, Robbie. Doing the best we can.
Yep, my state, Vermont, begins our 3-week virtual lockdown tomorrow night, which is not a surprise. I mean, the biggest concentration of cases are here.
Yeah,
we're the city, and although most people have been good about keeping the social distancing, it pretty much shuts down everything that's non-essential. My youngest sister's hotel will close for 3 weeks. And we'll see. And so they were talking tonight about unemployment for that. My wife is an essential worker, and the wife and I, and as far as the healthcare thing is concerned about my own attendant care, is that we've pretty much decided at this point that the night people cannot go back until the day people come back. So once home health starts to allow the day, if you missed it yesterday, the home health agency that gets me up in the morning has said they can't safely send people anymore, which is
no, not right now. They I don't think they can send anybody safely anywhere right now.
There are people who they are the only people they see. They have to go in there and listen. It's a choice you never want to have to make, but I understand where they're coming from. So once the VNA starts to send people back in, then we'll if the night people have cleared their quarantine, we'll send them back in, but they're going to evaluate on a week-to-week basis.
I think everything's going to be week to week right now.
It has to be. I think it gives you hope that if we can actually, buckle down and stay away from each other for 2 or 3 weeks, that there might be a snowball's chance in hell that this doesn't spread like wildfire everywhere.
Yeah. No, we get more in Massachusetts here. New York was bad. But here's the thing. It's the flu. And everyone that's getting tested now, you're going to get more cases because you're testing more people.
Right.
And there's people that have it. And
I think
I could have it, not even know, and I could be perfectly fine.
Yep.
Someone else could get it and be on their deathbed. And that's the weird thing about this virus.
The weird
right
thing.
Here.
And the whole thing about the social distancing isn't worried about whether you or I would catch it. It's you and I spreading it because we may be asymptomatic carriers. And that's the thing. And so I take my temperature every morning after my breakfast and before I take my medication. And a friend of mine on Facebook tonight said that in Pennsylvania, the liquor stores are closed. And they have been for a couple of weeks, which they aren't up here.
No, they're not that. They're considered essential down here.
Yeah. And so I quietly told her tonight, I said, well, CVS has mouthwash.
Yeah.
You can drink that. That'll get you pretty.
So I don't know if well, as you can see behind me, I've always been a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan since they came in the lead in 1976. So I can't say that I'm a new Bucs fan. I've been a Bucs fan for a while, but of course, it's just like when Ray Bork went to the Avalanche, you're gonna root for him, and so so that's what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna root for Brady. I am,
especially the week that they're wearing the creamsicles, and they're pulling those out once.
I don't know, because they'd have to wear the new helmet, so I don't know how that would look.
No, I think when they go retro, just like when Brady wore the red in the Pat Patriot, was a full.
I think they had a new thing about the helmets now, is they couldn't swap the helmets. That's why they didn't. I heard that's why they didn't wear the old Pat Patriot uniform, because it's a helmet issue. So that's why you see all different crazy colors, but the helmets never change.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I see Dale's in the same situation that I am. As far as home health is concerned, week to week is what they're telling me. So I would imagine now with a order in place through April 15th that it'll be 3 weeks.
Yeah,
but we had planned that anyway. So
yeah, the wife got cut down to part-time today, but I said, expect that, and that's what I would suggest them to do, is go part-time with everybody. Rotate shifts if you have to, and that way everybody gets to keep a job, keep somewhat of a paycheck coming in, keep your benefits, and that helps the company, because you don't want to get to a point where the company goes out of business or they have to decide who to get rid of. So if everybody just goes part-time, that's the best thing.
I think in Sharon's case, it's going to help her recover too.
Yeah, so it'd be a little bit less work for her.
Yeah,
a whole bit. So at least one of us is working right now.
Right.
Ron was just tired last night. I talked to him. He just said he was tired. He had a long day. This whole thing has been, emotional on everybody. It's just been emotional. It's been draining. And I have my ups and downs, and that's why I do this show, because I come on here and I talk to people and I see how everyone's doing, and people give me support and I give them support. And, I have my moments. Like, I'm doing nothing right now. I'm walking the dog twice a day and streaming on here and watching some TV. And that's like the extent of my day. There's no sense really looking for a job right now, because I don't know when this thing's going to end. So I'd hate to start a job somewhere if I could find one.
I bet places will need people who deliver stuff. And that would be.
I thought about looking into like Uber Eats or something like that, where I can pick up food and drop it off to people for a few weeks. But at the same time, I hate to go do something and quit if this thing's lifted and I go back to work.
Well, if it's lifted, then people can actually go shopping by themselves again.
This is true. This is true. This is true. But a lot of Brady talking here. Yeah, Bill Belichick, yeah. It's hard to say.
I think they both have something to prove that they can do it without the other.
I think that's part of it. I think a lot of people wanted to, Brady wanted to prove to the world, Belichick wanted to prove to the world, blah, 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 blah. From what I heard and what I figured is that it's hard working for Belichick. It's hard working for Belichick, but it's going to get to the Super Bowl every other year. So there's the trade-off. Do you want to work really hard to get to the Super Bowl, or do you want to have a fun time?
They went to what, 9 in 20 years?
Yeah, they went to 9 in 20 years. So every other year they're going on average. So you get a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I'm having a good time with my team," and you're 8-8. Well, if that's what you want, I guess. So, but there's a lot of talk. I mean, I think they could have kept him, but I think it would have been tough because I don't think it was about the money. I think Brady wanted to change the scenery. I think he wanted to go someplace and have. He's older now. He's older.
43.
He doesn't need to take this as serious. And I've said this before. He doesn't need to take this as serious as he did in New England. And I don't mean that he's not going to try and he's not going to study, but I think now he can take the foot off the gas a little bit. He doesn't have to be there at 4 a.m. all the time. He's got nothing else to prove. I think he can actually enjoy it. I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to enjoy football. That's what I'm thinking. And what's going on,
Ray?
Kelly?
He's good for the longer off season.
Yeah, he's gonna have. It's gonna be interesting to see in that division who makes the playoffs. And they're talking about Patriots not even making the playoffs. So
I don't know. I think Buffalo is probably the other decent team in that division. The Jets aren't very good. Miami's not very good. Depends on who the Patriots sign. Cam Newton, by the way, is about to be released by the Panthers.
Yeah, because they picked up the kid from the Vikings with it.
A lot of switches.
It's really good. They were talking about getting him in New England now. What was his name? Oh man, he can run.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, I think that's who they got.
Wow, I pulled that one out of nowhere.
Nice job. I think they got Teddy Bridgewater, so they don't need Cam Newton. So, and we're signed. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, Jay was saying, nice hat. No, the EMRHL has not been suspended. Although the only time we've been off this long, it's only been a couple of weeks. Okay, it's only been a couple of weeks. But we had one time we had a snowstorm in early December, and that knocked us off on a Tuesday. And then the following Tuesdays were Christmas and New Year. So we had 3 Tuesdays off one time.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so that was almost a month worth of hockey we missed. So that's about the only time it's done this. We've had a couple of floods that usually knocked us out for a couple of days.
Are they on a floodplain?
No, but the highway got flooded, so you couldn't get by it. So, but speaking about, we talked a little bit about, Ray Bourque going to the Avalanche right now on the NHL Network. Actually, it just ended, or it might be ending at 7:30. It was the 2001 Avalanche. So I was sitting down watching some of that while I was setting up here tonight, and was watching Ray Bourque with the Avalanche. And, oh man, I missed that. I missed those days. I missed the Bourque day, seeing how young he was and how good he was, and the whole bit. So, anyway, let's see. Brady have a tough time beating the Brews 2 times a year. Beating Brews.
Drew Brees.
Oh, Breeze. Yeah, maybe Breeze down there. Yep. Yep. And Matty Ice wants big wins. I mean, that's a tough division. Atlanta, they haven't been the same since they lost that Super Bowl, but they're still
never recovered.
They're a good team. You got Atlanta, you got New Orleans with Breeze. Who else is that division?
Carolina.
Panthers with Bridgewater. I mean, come on. That's a good division. So at least I got 2 teams to root for this year. I'll probably watch Tampa more than New England. And who's left in New England to watch? I don't know anybody.
Colt McCoy is bringing the Giants back to championship thing.
So block your eyes. My hat lights up, so I can find my way around.
Are we done yet? Are we done playing with the damn light yet?
When I get up in the middle of the night, I can put this on. I can go looking for cookies. Cookies in.
You mean you can find where the dog, so you don't trip over on your way to the bathroom?
Oh, jeepers, yeah. Yeah, I do. You have to turn on lights when you walk in my house because dogs, they're like cats. They run right under your feet. It's unbelievable. Oh, yeah. It's like, what are you doing? Middle of the night, you get up half asleep, you got to turn on lights because they run into your feet, and then oh man.
So I read today in one of the message boards I read that you'll probably see a lot of Tampa Bay over the Giants, especially in Boston with Brady.
Oh, gee, yeah, you're gonna see Tampa Bay every week on TV.
Which is disgusting because that means they'll probably knock the Giants off here.
Yeah, that'll be terrible. We wouldn't want to, not see a 6-8 team in the New York Giants, right?
No,
6-10. I'm sorry, 6-10. I'm sorry.
Remind me of what happened last year in the Stanley Cup.
I don't know. How did Montreal do?
We didn't lose 3 games at home in the finals.
No, you didn't lose any games at home.
That's right, because we didn't even get there. Oh, jeez. Jeez.
So in the chat room, how's everybody doing in the chat room? I know we got a lot of here tonight. I think Ray Ray over here, I think he's up in Maine right now. He says he's on vacation right now. He's trying to run away from the virus. Oh, he sent me a picture. He's actually watching us on the TV up there. That's kind of cool. So we're on a huge widescreen TV right now. So Ron, it was good seeing you, but I need to go solo if I'm on a big screen TV. You know what I mean? I'm the star of the show. It's okay. So we'll do it like this. So I'm the star of the show. Okay, Ron, good to have you here, Ron. There's Ron over there. You can barely see him over there. If you
I have a pronoun and a noun for you.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
With the B, yes.
Oh boy. So trying to talk some happy things right now. I gotta check this out. This was the backdrop I was gonna use tonight. I want to know what you guys think of this. Okay, I had this as a backdrop, and then I went to the beach one. So what do you guys think of that? Is that a good backdrop to have?
I'm hungry already, and
is that too busy? Is that too busy? Is that good on the eyes?
Oh, it's easy on the eyes.
Is that easier? That was before the panic, by the way. I went to a place that is probably all bare shelves right now.
I'll take the vanilla buttercream one, the one in the middle on the top shelf. Would you stop putting me in the corner? No one puts Ronnie in the corner.
I was trying to get you closer to that cream pie over there. We got a couple more people jumping in. Mark, he had to watch the Lions growing up, and he survived. Ooh, that's difficult. That's tough.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, right?
Yeah. Larry's in Ohio doing good. Anybody checking in on YouTube tonight? There's going to be a double header tonight because right after this chat, Ron and I are going to talk about. We're going to do the wrap up of my hockey project that I did. So if you're interested in talking some hockey afterwards, my YouTube channel after this, we will be talking about that. And as I did the Summit Series, the Russia-Canada Summit Series, Phil Esposito, Ken Dryden, Tretiak, the whole bit. I played all 8 games. We're going to talk about how those games panned out in the whole bit. So if you want to tune in for a doubleheader tonight, we got that going on.
Mm-hmm.
And Robbie's like, yum. Yes, it is. It is very, very. How many calories you think are in that picture?
None. None to count. 17,587. 0.
Yeah. There's a lot of sweetness in that.
Oh, well, that's a coma I'm willing to happen.
Ray doesn't like it. Ray says it's terrible. So, and does the backtrack make Ron hungry? It probably does.
Yeah, at least 20 calories.
I'll leave that up for a few minutes. If it's sore on the eyes, let me know and I'll take it.
Unlike Dave, it's sweet.
Or I could just go back to the beach one there. I could go to the beach. I had the green one here tonight. That was like a little Christmassy one.
I like that.
Green is calming.
There are radio stations. I'm not making this up. That have switched all Christmas music. Just to try to keep the mood light. Yeah,
in fact, there's a couple of places I saw people are putting up Christmas lights right now.
Yeah.
Yep. So Mark says he remembers 70s when they tried to beat Boston. Yeah, I mean the Montreal beat Boston. Yeah, that's it was 70s. It was all Montreal. It was good times. It was good times. It was Ken dolls and VCRs. Yep, it was a good time. And those cakes are they are.
Oh, worth it.
They are so good. They are.
Is that Market Basket or?
That was there's the Market Basket a little further away that we go to that had that set up, and I saw that. I turned around and it just went, oh.
All right, Monty, I'll take your number 1.
No. Can I get that one? 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 No. Can I get that one? No. So yeah, there was a whole bunch of pies. That was back in the good old days when they had toilet paper and pies.
Wow.
Yep. Hey, funny story. That last night somebody TP'd my house. Did I tell you that?
No.
Somebody TP'd my house. Now my house is worth my house is now worth $1 million.
Boom, boom. All right, where's your rim shot? Aunt Becky, please stop drinking the mouthwash. We need it for the morning.
Yes, we do. Is it still so? No. It snowed for a little while last night, and then it stopped. It turned all rain. Although I heard the center of the state got 4 or 5 inches. Ours is all rain.
My mother got 9 inches
in Vermont.
In Vermont, yeah. No, that's not a joke. My dad's no longer with us. She
No,
got
it doesn't. Yeah.
she got 9 inches.
Yeah,
we
we
had
had-
a very wet, heavy 4, I think, here.
Yeah, no, we got 5 in the middle of the state, but it snowed, it started to snow, it turned to rain, it got up, it was all gone, it was all dry. So it's bare roads out here right now.
She sent a video to our family chat, and she had to use the snowblower. It snowed that much.
Oh,
up
that
her-
much? Yeah.
Yes.
That's snow blowing depth. It is 9 inches of snow
Well,
blowing depth.
she's older and shouldn't be shoveling. So it's a snowblower. But it was definitely the heart attack whipped cream snow.
Yeah.
As
So
Ray's going down. Hey, Ray, bring me some dessert, will you?
Ray's hungry now. He saw the all the desserts on there, so
Yes.
he's going down for some dessert. So I was gonna see if Ray wanted to join us tonight, but he's up in Bangor, and I don't know what kind of internet they have in Bangor. Timo, they must have internet. He's watching us on the TV down there. Imagine that. He's watching us on a TV in Bangor, Maine. That's pretty cool.
It's that or Green Acres, one of the two.
Larry thinks there's at least 20 calories in those.
Just 20? I like that.
Is that the over under? Do we have do you think they have cards and dice for those cakes up there? What would they be? What would you roll? What would you roll for those?
See, I would probably roll the 2 and get like the licorice or something like that.
Oh, like the black licorice?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Ray
Yeah,
said he's got dial up.
Oh, he's got dial-up there. And Patrick. Hey, Patrick, the old referee. Hi, Pat. Just doing a Tuesday night chat, kind of little of a support group. What's going on with everything that's going on? I should say we're out of work, as you know. Pretty much all hockey is kind of closed off right now. I mean, all hockey. That's the problem. Is I have so many different things that I do in the hockey world, and they're all shut down.
I was telling you this the other day. DraftKings was so desperate for business that they were doing fantasy Australian A-League soccer.
Are they still playing down there?
I think they finally shut it down.
Yeah.
Like that day, but just to get an email saying that DraftKings is doing this. There's degenerate, and then there's betting on soccer players you've never heard of.
People are getting creative. They're getting very, very creative with what's going on right now.
You kind of have to, I suppose.
I mean, all the stations are showing old games, they're throwback stuff. And it's kind of like when they had a strike, they're just, what do you do? But I mean, there's no sports right now, nothing, zero.
Right.
So yeah, anybody that's playing right now, if we could get a game of street hockey going, which is illegal right now, they'd probably put that on.
Have you seen the clips of the guys, of the people just broadcasting people walking up and down the street? And there's Gardner with the dog. And the dog's walking him now. Oh, gets to the crosswalk. Oh, the dog has found the fire hydrant. Oh, the dog is.
Oh, the commentary.
Someplace in England, they've been doing that.
I walked the dog today, and I was twice today. And the first time I went out, we saw some lady. She's like, "Hi, I'd like to pat your dog, but I need to stay 6 feet away." And it's okay. That's fine. Just you stay over there. I'll stay over here. And we just did our thing. And some other people don't care. They come right up to you and talk, not many, but some,
One of my aunts asked, is the cat worried now that you're both home? Like, our schedules haven't changed. The wife goes to work and I'm home, and the cat doesn't care.
Flinner, good to see you, Flinner. He says a lot of contracts could end before the season ends. Yeah, that's interesting. That you wonder if the contract ends. Well, is it written as the end of the season? Or is it written as like July 1?
July 30. Yeah, July 1. But I'm sure the NHL and the NHLPA would extend that if they.
I mean, everything's getting extended by 30 or 60 days or 90 days even.
Right.
So I would think that, I don't think anybody's going to walk away from their team.
Absolutely not, especially if they're in the middle of a cup run.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine if somebody pulled like this lawyer and it's like, look, he can't play against us tonight.
That's right.
Sidney Crosby's contract ran out
at midnight, so no game 3 for him in the Eastern Semis, right?
Or, how about this? See, this is why I'm in the first seat, because I have the better ideas, right? Okay, here it is. Flinner, you gave me an idea. Ron, don't wreck the show. Don't wreck the show, Ron. I need a backup. See, I'm Tom Brady, and you're Hoyer. Okay, you're Hoyer. So that's who you are, Brian Hoyer.
The insults I've gotten on this show tonight. All right, Tom.
Okay. All right. So here's my idea. So
it stinks. What
teams are playing? They get deep into the playoffs. They're playing into July, right? And somebody's contract on another team expires and they sign them like a real good guy. Like somebody, I don't want to say like a Crosby or somebody. Say Ovechkin's on the Capitals, right?
Yeah.
Capitals get eliminated. Boston goes to the finals. Ovechkin doesn't have a contract. The Bruins sign him. They win the cup, and then they can send it back to Washington. I think that's genius. Genius if the contract runs out.
You are so smart, sir.
I am. I mean, this is what I am. This is what I am.
Thanks, Ray.
Ron, you are the glue. I would agree. Ron is the glue. Yep.
He did put it up. Good for him.
Yep.
It'd be curious. I'm sure that once we get back to sports, that will all be hammered out. And no, you're not playing for Toronto in the first round and Boston in the second.
Yeah, Austin Matthews going to the Bruins in July as they go for their cup run because he signed a 60-day contract with the Bruins just to get him a cup, right?
Well, you get a cup. You get the President's Cup, right? Or President's Trophy.
And it depends how the season ends, right?
True.
They're still playing.
We hope.
Yeah. So as I continue my time off, as you will say it, Ron, I've managed to catch up on The Man in the High Castle. Okay.
I watched that today, yes.
So I watched season 1 all the way, and I was like, oh, this is really fantastic, right? Season 2 started, and I had a hard time getting into season 2. And so I broke off from it. And then, well, they've already finished. I think they've done 4 seasons now. So that's how long ago I stopped watching it. So I picked up season 2 last week and watched that. I finished season 3 this week because I can watch a couple episodes a day. And now I'm starting season 4, which is the last season. And boy, when you start seeing main characters get killed off, you know that it's got to be winding down.
That's right.
You know, when you're like, okay, oh wow, this person died. Well,
So
that is
tune
weird.
in Saturday night when Dave keels over during the support chat. What?
main character. Oh, I get it. Yeah,
Thank
right.
you.
See, that's why you're here. Sometimes you bring in the backup to take the knee at the end of the game, and you came through. You really did. Nice job.
Wow.
Did I really do it, Davey?
Hey, so speaking about things, I did some baseball this morning on my channel. And you know, I'm not a huge baseball guy, but somebody in the chat said, since you like the crappy teams, 76 Buccaneers and the Golden Seals, which are both behind me tonight, okay, right here. They said, you need to play the 1899 National League Cleveland Spiders. So on Action PC, which is a simulated baseball game, I picked up the 1899 season. Not 1999. 1899. This is a long time ago. There was only
1999 was 21 years ago too.
no, 1899 was 121. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there was only like 10 teams in the league at that point. And because I think it was just the National League. And I think the next year they added more teams. So I fired up and I played opening day for the Cleveland Spiders. They played the St. Louis Perfectos. The St. Louis Perfectos. It's not the Cardinals, it's the Perfectos.
It sounds like a cigar, doesn't it?
It does it? I think everything was cigars back in 1899.
Dave was a teenager back in 1899.
Yeah,
Ooh.
pretty much. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, really? All right. I need to go in and delete this Flynn guy. I really do. I do.
Thanks, Anthony.
And spiders must be played on the web. Yes, they are. It was a tangled web we weave. Yeah, and Spiders went up 1-0 in the top of the first on the road. I was like, okay, Spiders gonna get a win, and we lost 4-1. It wasn't terrible.
Did Gwen Stefani sing?
I'm not sure. Was she alive back
She's
then?
working at the spider web.
Oh, she was. Yeah. I ended up. Don't make me. Do I need to bring out my 1985
You
high
already
school
read that once.
hockey high school scores? Do I need to do that again? That was
criminy.
That was a good night.
Funny as hell.
I still got the scores over here next to me. Don't ask me why I have scores from 1985 high school season, but I do. It is what it is. And oh, hey, Dave.
Good morning, Dave.
How are things over there? Are they getting any better, man? Is there light at the end of the tunnel over there in the UK? Because I know you guys are going through some tough times over there, and hopefully you're doing okay. And yeah, so again, if you're watching on YouTube, right after this, Ron and myself got a double header tonight. We're gonna recap my hockey project, the 72 Summit Series. We're gonna show off some of the stats and all the things that happened during my replay of that, playing shootout hockey. Because once in a while, it's not often. Once in a while, when I wrap up a project that I enjoyed,
You
I
had
like
so
to
much
talk.
fun with that, though.
Oh my
You
gosh,
really did.
yeah, because you were doing your baseball games and I was playing it and giving you the scores, and it was just good. Yeah, you were doing the updates. You were doing the updates during your game, so that was kind of fun. So we had a good time doing that. Do I have the picture of me in front of Tampa Stadium? Yes, I have that somewhere. I can't dig it out right now, but yeah, I have all those pictures there of me. Gary, you late? What do you, Gary, come on, 7:00. 7:00 is when we go on here. We need to get you on here at 7:00. But yeah, I do have all my Tampa Bay pictures of me. I get a picture of me on Tampa Bay Beach, right? I'm on the beach in Tampa Bay in 1980, and I got my Tampa Bay hat, the orange one, with the orange shirt and orange shorts and an orange frisbee. I'm like totally oranged out.
Oh,
It was a hilarious picture of me.
Oh, you gotta find that and post it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that. And yeah, Ron does a mean Russian accent. He does.
Not Russian, it's Pennsylvanian. We get who squirrel later.
Let's see. What did Dave say here? I just watched Field of Dreams for the first time, which helped pass. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of TV. I'm not a TV guy. I'm really not. I'd rather watch my friends on YouTube. I'd rather watch documentaries, things like that. But once in a while I pop on TV. But this week I got no choice. I've been doing a lot of TV.
David Demos, are you serious? You stopped to get TP?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody posted today. It's like, hey, the market's got the toilet paper. Get up there. So I imagine it was a big rush up there for that. But from what I'm hearing though, more and more places are getting it in stock. They're getting it in that stuff in stock. So I think the hoarding is simmering down a little bit.
I hope so.
I think people have their toilet paper. They know it's not going to last forever. They got the restaurants open. So even though everybody hoarded all the food in the stores, you could still order from restaurants. So no one's going to go hungry in the short term. I mean, if this thing goes on a year, then yeah, we got some issues. But, if this thing could go 30 days, we're all going to be okay. I don't know how the economy is going to look, but we're going to be okay.
Eggs. I can't find eggs. We've got plenty of eggs up here. It was rice and pasta sauces and pasta stuff that was running on.
Yeah, the pasta was grabbed along with the sauce. Everybody loaded up on the dry goods like that. The fresh stuff though, like the eggs last a while, but eggs and milk and stuff that goes bad, that should be continually. You can't hoard that stuff. You can't get 30 gallons of milk. You're just going to throw it out.
Could, but you'd be, on the toilet for a long time after.
In Costco, yeah, I heard that people are not accepting any kind of returns right now. Just if you buy it at Jaws,
I saw pictures at some of the stores where they either put tape or stickers down so you knew where 6 feet was.
Oh yeah, yep, I did hear that,
and so I like that. I like that.
Some people had talked about. They said, we want to set up a drive-in. Like get down to the park or something and set up a drive-in, just have everybody sit in their cars and watch movies. I was like, that's good. And then charge people for that to make some money for something.
I can't share this, but someone sent a picture of eating dessert and watching me on a big screen TV.
Yeah, I don't know if I could share that too. I wouldn't want to screw something up here on the feed.
Thanks, Ray. That was funny.
But coming up on Digital to Dice this week, Digital to Dice is the podcast that me and Ron do. Go check it out, digitaltodice.com. We talk about sports simulations and a lot of other things, but a lot of the talk is around us playing our sports games. And this week we're going to talk about, do you keep stats? Because the project I just did, I actually kept stats, not 100% stats, but I kept a lot of stats, goals, assists, stuff like that, goals against the average. So we want to know, do you keep stats for your project? So leave a comment here.
Absolutely.
Or leave a comment on our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/digital to dice is where you can get a hold of us and leave a comment there if you're playing these games and just let us know. Do you keep stats? We got a lot of good responses. In fact, one guy posted almost exactly what I was thinking, but I will save that for the show.
I think that's pretty common. Ryan, I'm doing better tonight. Thank you. I suppose when we have kind of a horde mentality, you go for things that you might think that you need, that you're going to be stuck, because all of us are of the age that when we suspected that this day may have come, it was going to be like a nuclear attack or an act of war, not an act of virus, and where you would not have power, you would not have water, you'd be sealed up in a hole for 30 days, where you would need all that toilet paper.
Yeah.
And so I think I made the joke a few weeks ago. Look, you can buy the 55-gallon drum of creamed corn, but what the hell are you going to do with it unless you like creamed corn? And so I think, David, that kind of goes with that mentality that we've been taught for years, that there was always the possibility that this could happen. Not this specific pandemic, but something that would happen that would shut down the country. And that would be one of the things that you would grab if you knew that you were going to be in a shelter for 30 days.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Just the idea that there's talks of us, not leaving. Like, you see what happened in China when they first did it, locked up in your house. So if you can't leave the house, you want to make sure you get some bare necessities. And I guess that's one of the one that people thought of, And
that's an easy one because it's something we use every day.
Yeah. So people would. When I went out, I grabbed a few things that we get. So like Zyrtec for allergies, and I got some eye drops for my eyes. I just made sure that I had a couple backups on me. I didn't get 30 cases of it, but I made sure that the stuff that we use every day, I wanted to have a couple in case I couldn't go out, because we're so used to going out to the store and getting it. And the killer was for us is that we've been trying to eat better, so we don't buy all the frozen stuff and all the high salt stuff that's on the shelf. And I used to love Dinty Moore. I don't have that anymore. And so we really cleaned out our pantry, and we were buying week to week. And we got stuff in the house. I mean, we weren't going to starve either way, but it's just one of these things. We did a good job of cleaning up our house and getting rid of all the yuck stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And not that we were eating fresh vegetables every night, but we were eating better. She would go buy some meat or some chicken and or a hamburger or something, and we would make that. Or once in a while we'd order out. But we got rid of all that stuff. And what do we do with this thing here? It's like, well, that's the stuff that can last forever. And we went out and we bought it all again. We have it in the house.
Kind of have to, because but the good thing is we keep talking about, is that you're going to have electricity. You're going to have running water.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, we're trying to think of, my wife needs to get rice. We had some rice that went bad. And so I think we're talking about whether she would run out tomorrow morning when the local co-op is freshly stocked and get it. And if they don't have it, then when we do the grocery delivery, I'll just get potatoes instead. It's you're just looking for a starch. It doesn't need to be rice. We had the rice cooker. But that's what we'll do. We'll get our groceries delivered again. We still have a ton of food. So
I would like to think that after this initial wave of the panic stuff, and people see that they can still get fresh food at the store and with the restaurants,
perishables that we'll need to get this time around again. Yeah.
But I'm thinking that at some point there, they'll stock back up on the spaghetti and the rice, and they won't be completely out, because people, I got 50 boxes of rice. I don't need any more because it's back on the shelf. So, but Bob, that's what I had Scorpion Bowl mix. I still have a little bit of alcohol and some juice, and I almost made a Scorpion Bowl the other night. I said, I'm kick back, watch some TV. I'm going to make a Scorpion Bowl. But then I was like, something, just to be safe right now, I don't want to compromise my immune system at all.
That's probably pretty smart.
And if I'm stressed out with this and I have an alcohol and I bring my immune system because I'm tired, I don't want to, so no. So I was like, something, as much as I was dying for a drink and I really would like just to kind of have a couple drinks and, go to sleep, I did. And I said, no, I'm going to hold off. I got to stay strong. I'm going to keep walking, take my vitamins and my supplements and keep my body as strong as I can right now.
Now, do you call them liquor stores or package stores in Mass?
Both. Well, they're called the Packy for short.
And they're still open.
Yes. Yeah. Although we got one in the next town. It's been around forever, and it's a very famous one, but it's tiny. It's really small package store. And if you put 10 people in the store, you're on top of each other. So I don't know how they're handling, because they had a big rush the other day. I heard that we got a Cappy's Liquors down here, which is a major chain down this way, and I heard the line was out the door at some of these places. So I don't know how the local shops are doing. If they got 20 or 30 people in there, you're right next to each other.
You don't want to be in there with 20 or 30 people.
No, you don't. So
the state runs the liquor stores here. You can put them in other things, but that is all run by the state of Vermont. Now in Burlington, the liquor store is next to the nursing home that the virus has hit. Bob says delivery only from Depot Liquor. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's considered essential or not. Obviously, you can buy
Down
beer.
here, I think it is because they're open. And I thought you could do
Beer and wine,
curbside pickup.
obviously, you get the grocery stores up here.
I think you can do curbside pickup at some of these. So I see them
Oh, I bet you
advertising
could.
that. So you can call up and say, hey, look, I need a couple bottles of Captain Morgan and run my credit card. I'll meet you outside. And there you go. Oh, speaking about that, so the other day when I went for my monster walk, I did 3.6 miles, 3.62 miles of my walk. I walked, all the way down to the lake little lake that we got, pond, if you will, walked around the pond and come home. I was out for, over an hour doing this long walk. Just because I was, because I didn't want to take the dog. Dog was like, whatever, it was kind of raining a little bit. So I said, whatever. I just went out myself, did a long walk. And I went by one of the local banks up here, and it was like 15 cars in the drive-through for the bank.
Yeah.
And I was like, I imagine everybody's grabbing cash right now.
No in-person transactions as of tomorrow. It's all online or ATM.
Some of ours are by appointment only. It's like if you want to go into the bank, you got to call up and say, hey, look, I want to come in, and this is what I'm coming in for. And they'll do the transaction. And I imagine you're not going to sit down with anybody. You might just say, here, slide it over here, and
Right.
then back up.
That's part of the governor's order tonight. No in-person transactions at the bank. But honestly, why would you want cash right now anyway? Cash is dirty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just sometimes, if you're doing things, you're going to need some cash. And if banks are closed and you can't
Right.
get cash. And I mean, I'm doing as much by credit card right now as possible.
Absolutely.
So whatever little cash I have on me, I'll save for if I need it.
Yeah, but so that's the thing is that I suppose you could go in and make an appointment, but the order is you could go in where our new Subway used to be our credit union. That's why we actually chose that, because it was just right down the street from us. And they had it very convenient. They had a couple people over on the side to do if you needed a specific, not, to talk with a manager or a loan or whatever. But if you were to do the teller, they were actually upstairs on the second floor, and they did it all through the camera. So it was even that was all years before we even thought of this. And they just had the pneumatic tube. So if you wanted to deposit money, you'd throw the tube up, kind of like what you would do at the drive-in, except for they didn't give you a lollipop at the end. I was disappointed.
I like those little tubes. There was a bank I used to go to that still had that. Where if they had two lanes, if you were in the second lane, they did the tube thing.
Right. I'll have to ask Sarah, because she's done because the credit union moved further downtown, moved it to a different street, whether they actually have people there or just done via camera. And that would be very safe.
I do a lot of my banking now just with my phone. You can do the mobile deposit. So if I get a check, obviously cash you can't. I gotta go to the bank.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if I get a check whether it's work or personal, I can snap it and it works. Most of the time works pretty well.
Now, do you have to take pictures of both sides of that?
Yeah. You log in your account and just say, where do you want to deposit this? And you put in the amount and take the front and back picture, and it either okays it or it says no. And once in a while, if it's like a real messy writing, or sometimes I do business with people in Canada, I can't do it. I got to go in and
right.
So I'll try it a couple times and say something's not right. Okay, then you got to go in. So
yeah, because the routing number is all done and the account numbers are all done in the same ink. So as long as it can recognize that, it knows where to pull it from.
Oh yeah, maybe that'll do it. But I mean, they have to read the transaction amount and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that I've been doing that for a couple of years now. That is fantastic, because I used to, once a week, twice a week, get on the bank, do my thing. And it used to be nice to go out and visit and say hi. In fact, sometimes I'd walk the dog down there. So I could
go ahead, Davey. Show her your lights.
I gotta show my lights. Okay, so. Yeah. All right, so this is what I do when I'm looking for cookies. Hi. I got lights on my thing here.
Thank you.
I can light the way. So when I get up in the middle of the night, and I can look for dogs. If I get any dogs in my way, I can turn them on. Or,
if you had small children, that would induce nightmares. Imagine going in to check on the kids and then showing that in their face.
Although actually, if I walk the dog and it's I don't usually go out at night, but if I went out at dusk, I could put this on and have a little bit of, so I wouldn't get hit by a car. So
amazing what they can do with an LED.
Yeah. I mean, I when I got the hat in, had this thing on, and said, "Oh, it's got lights." Like, what do you mean it's got lights? Where would the lights be? I looked around. I couldn't find. I thought the lights shone down so like you could read a book or something.
Well, that would actually make sense instead of blinding people.
Yeah, but I guess if you're looking around, you'd want to go.
It's like a flashlight, yeah.
Yeah. So kind of handy, kind of
Some
neat.
people go to hardware stores for that.
Yeah, they had the little strap-on thing they put on there.
Another thing, by the way, that's considered an essential service up here, but you can't go around and poke. They're really encouraging people to call on your orders and run
really?
credit cards over the phone, and they'll bring it out to you.
Best Buy was doing that too. Like if you wanted something, you'd have to like call up pull up to the door and say, "Hey, I need this or I need that," and they'd go in and get it for you. So
usually, if I do something from Best Buy, because my wife is not the most technologically blessed person in the world, I buy it anyway. The new computer I have was a pre-order. All she had to do was pick it up. Just makes life so much easier for her instead of going,
Now, which part number was it, man?
Yeah. No, we had. I like to poke around because our microwave busted a couple months ago. It was really weird. She's like, "Do you smell?"
Oh yeah, we lost
a candle or plastic. I'm like, I think I do. And I went over the microwave and I touched the side of it, and it was like really hot, and it wasn't even running. I mean, it was plugged in. I was like, I don't think it's supposed to be this hot. We smelled something, so I unplugged it and it went away. I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna take the chance of burning the house down. So
ours just stopped heating things up. I remember she just made me tea one day and it was cold. And then it just started making this horrible, horrible noise.
This was working fine. Something was just burning on the side. We
went through 2 in like 3 months, which is
really?
How unusual.
We've gone through a few too. We use it a lot, but I'm surprised. We did back in the day. They'd last 25 years, and now you get them.
We had a Kenmore that lasted about 10 years, and then I think we went to Macy's. I think Macy's was still open downtown, and so we grabbed a cheap one there, and that didn't work. So I forgot where she picked up the one that we have now, but thankfully it works.
But if I needed a microwave now, I guess I'd have to pull up and say, "Hey, do you got a microwave like this?" And
I think you'd order it through a certain company.
Yeah, maybe go to Best Buy and order it and pick it up. I mean,
that's the Best Buy, yeah.
Because GameStop was doing that. They were giving GameStop all kinds of crap because they wouldn't close the doors. And now they said, well, we're going to close the places down, but we'll do curbside. And a lot of places are doing that. They're getting creative. It's like, look, well, we'll keep somebody in the store to do business. You got to
keep somebody employed. It's important.
And then, if you want something from us, we'll still sell you stuff, but you can't come in and browse.
Yeah. And I was telling my mother this last week. No one's old enough here to know this or remember it firsthand, but that's how grocery stores used to work. You would go and tell the clerk, look, I want my box of cornflakes and my pound of bacon and my butter. And they would go around and get it for you and bring it to you.
Yep. Hey, demos. Excuse me. Before I forget demos, I was watching you play something the other. What baseball game were you playing the other day? You were playing one. I don't think I've seen that game before. I don't know if you were showing off a new game. Maybe I'm wrong, but you were playing a game I was watching the other day.
ID Jester was showing off a new game.
But Baseball Demos was doing a game. I think it was a morning game. I want to say it was in the morning. Maybe I'm wrong, Demos. But I was watching him play a game, and I was like, "Oh, this one looks kind of neat." I mean, I still like the Strat. And he says that Strat's got one. Yeah, he's got one. They got one person, I saw somebody post the other day that they ordered, and they got a confirmation that the thing shipped. So, it's probably not a ton of orders right now. At
least you have the option to do it, and if that's what you want.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it. Is like keep somebody in there, even if you rotate. Like I say, my wife's on a rotating shift right now with other people, but everyone's staying employed a little bit.
They don't have that many employees. I think it's only 4 or 5 to begin with.
Yeah, and technically all business is essential. I hear that.
Yep.
But right now it's some's a little bit more.
But you can't be working in an office with other people right now. I mean, that's what we're doing here. I mean, my youngest sister works for a hotel, and people
they must be taking a beating.
Oh, they are. They absolutely are. I mean, they can't. The dining room has to close.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are staying there, and so they were hoping that. I'm surprised that Vermont actually went with the shutdown. We're such a rural state anyway. But because of the outbreak here in Burlington, I don't think they really had much of a choice. I mean, we have of the 630,000 people that live in Vermont, 150,000 live in my county. And Although the last time I was out, people were doing a good job in trying to keep 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be 6 feet in some of my cases there, but people were definitely giving you some space. I was in a small store when I picked up the order the other day. It's a really small store. And, there was a couple people next to me while we ordered, but, I went to the line and everybody gave each other, about 3 feet, because you couldn't get 6. There's not that much.
You give what you can.
But nobody was like jammed up against each other. You know what I mean? So, and Demo said he played inside pitch and replay. Which one was? I think it was inside pitch.
Yeah, he's done some of that for his Manic Mondays.
It was, yeah. Okay, yesterday was Monday. Yeah. Which one was it yesterday? I don't.
I've never a toilet paper delayed game. That's.
When I got the notice today that the store up there I almost went up and grabbed something because I grab it when I see it. Just and I don't overload, but I'll grab something, because you never know.
Oh, Ray.
I need to have moderators in my chat to block some of these people. I really do.
Have Ray as a moderator.
Is he a moderator? Come on, no. I can't have moderators deleting themselves. That's the problem. There's
a lot of things that we thought were impossible before that we now have to consider, and that would be one of them.
So we were talking about sports coming back and playing in front of empty stadiums, and I talked a little bit about this last night. I was not a fan at first about having sports being played in front of empty stadiums. I mean, with those fans, I should say. I just thought that if you're going to play it, you need the crowd, the whole bit, blah, 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 blah. But since this whole thing's happened and we're all kind of holed up in here, I would be okay if they started a few games just to have something to watch. Okay, put nobody in the stands, just the teams and the referees, everybody's tested in the whole bit and they play the game. It's something to watch right now. And I would watch it in front of an empty arena.
We need to have players stop testing positive, though, for the virus.
Yeah, that we do.
And so,
but the thing you're seeing here, though, okay, the good thing about this is the people that are getting getting tested positive, the athletes, they're okay. They're not winding up on respirators. Okay. So that's the thing. That's the thing we got to keep in mind is that, if you get this, it's not a death sentence. It could be. It could be depending on you and how bad you get it. A lot of things. The flu could be a death sentence. I mean, let's just call what is pneumonia can kill you. And so a lot of these athletes are getting it, but they'll probably just brush it off and be okay. So,
and NASCAR did a virtual race, and they'll be doing virtual races for a while. They have a company called iRacing, which is actually partially owned by John Henry and the Boston Red Sox. They have Roush Fenway Racing is a big investor in it, and it is as close to a sim as you're ever going to find. And it was
pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
In fact, I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but summertime, Saturday nights, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, I usually get done work and I'm kicking back. And if we got nothing going on and NASCAR's on, I'll watch it. And they had a free trial for this app on the iPad.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
This was great. I mean, you could go into this app. It was almost like a computerized version of the race. Okay, so picture playing on Xbox or PlayStation, probably not that good of graphics, maybe like a PlayStation 3, maybe, or Xbox 360. The graphics weren't top notch, but they were pretty good. But it was a sim of a race, so you could actually sit in the driver's seat of the car, any car, and watch the view that they had. Now, it wasn't, all the crowd and stuff wasn't real. It was all computer generated, but you could have the overview, see the cars going around, tap on the car you wanted to, and you could tap on different views. You could look the back, the front. You could see how fast they were going, whether it was giving it gas or braking, what gear they were in. It was phenomenal if you like that stuff. I was like, wow, this is, it was just $30 a year for this thing. I'm like, well, I don't like NASCAR that much. I would have paid $3. Not to insult them. I'm just not a NASCAR fan, but that was fun. Like picking which car you can be the leader, the second place, in the middle, in the back, and you got to see what they were doing
in the car that actually around the track. I just find that so much. You really do. Television does not do that kind of racing justice until you actually sit inside the car and watch a flock of 15, 20 cars going 180, 190 miles an hour, and just how, and essentially rush hour traffic.
I'd always want to go to one and see that because, like I said, you watch it and it looks like they're standing still, but they're like this far apart,
Yeah.
doing 200 miles an hour. Holy crap! That's nuts. If you think about it, that's nuts.
Oh, it
200
is.
miles an hour, and you're right behind the guy that you could go right through, and it's lights out for everyone. And Flynn was talking about Call of Duty Warzone. I always said it's on PS4. He told me to get that. Now, is that just a head-to-head shooter game like Star Wars? Is that what that is? I'm not good at those. I don't play those anymore. I'm terrible at those shooter games. That's why I play the sim games, the cards and dice games. I tell you, I played those 8 games of that Russian series. Brad Park, Phil Esposito, all the guys that all the guys that I know. I do. And I learned so much about that series just by playing the series and watching teams win and rolling the dice and seeing what happens. I got totally invested in that. And that was as good as any hockey game I played on Sega. And last night I played one, I was pulling all my things down.
I looked over for a brief minute. We were eating dinner when you were doing it last night and saw you were pulling those.
Yeah, I actually made a mistake because I said there wasn't a Gretzky game on the Sega Genesis. There was actually when I went over to look. Yeah, it's called Wayne Gretzky and the NHLPA All-Stars.
Oh, because I had Gretzky 2, I think, for the PC back in 89, 90.
Yeah, because I have the Gretzky Nintendo game, but when I went up there, it was like right next to Mario Lemieux. There was Wayne Gretzky and the NHLPA All-Stars. It's a terrible game. I'll end up playing it here on the channel at some point, but it's a terrible game. But Gretzky did have one, you know. And Flynn says Call of Duty Warzone is like Fortnite, but with no building. I don't even play Fortnite.
We joke about it at lunch, but that's about it. Yeah. One of my regular viewers, it just kind of sets him in a dander if I mention the word. We'll mention something obscure, like Perry Como or something like that, and like that's something you'll never hear about in a Fortnite stream. And I'll look over in the chat like this. That's great.
No, some people love it. Some people eat it up. They really do. That and the Minecraft. And I tried the Minecraft, not the Fortnite. I tried the Minecraft. I was like, I had a hard time with it.
It's one of those games. Minecraft is perfect to actually do now because you're home, but that's a time sink. The City Skylines, by the way, has a new expansion coming out in a couple days.
Oh, really?
Sunset Harbor. So I might get that. I probably will buy it because it's like $10, and probably fire that up over the weekend.
The I was just gonna say something about Minecraft. There's been some people that have designed and built some ridiculous hockey rinks in Minecraft.
Like the floor at the hockey tent that you play on.
Yeah, it looks like that. But I've gone on and I've seen some old video, not old, seen some videos of people that made these things because you get done and then you do the zoom around, you show it, and it's the ice, it's the nets, it's the glass, it's the boards, it's the benches, it's the stands, it's the runways, it's a hockey stadium, and it's like wow, that's phenomenal.
They use Minecraft with younger kids to teach them how to code computers.
Really?
Yeah. I made the joke on my stream that, were educational purposes, and you told me to shut up and it was ruining my own stream. But, that's actually a serious thing that God.
You were saying?
Attention, Kmart shoppers.
It's just a matter of me hooking it up and getting it rolling, Robbie. I pulled it out. I just haven't plugged it into the Elgato yet to see if I can get that working again. But once I do, I'll be off and running with that. That's another one of these products. When I have time, well, now I have time, so I got to do it.
So I think it's like Python or something like that. One of a basic language that you can, and the kids can program their characters to do certain acts, I think, is how it's done. But it's a legitimate thing.
So someone told me this was how creative I like to get, that I would really like Minecraft and building things. I've seen some people.
You would. There's 2 different modes to Minecraft. There's the regular game mode where you get chopped up by zombies and stuff.
Yeah, like that's the one I tried and I didn't like because I was like, I'm building this, and then I get it's nighttime. You got to hide to get killed. I'm like, oh.
And then there's a building mode.
Okay.
Where all you do is create, and so that's how you would do those hockey rinks and the buildings. And you can't get killed.
Oh, you can't?
You
Oh, you
cannot. Not in
Oh.
that mode. Not in that mode. You're just there to build and to explore. The game world in each Minecraft map. Now here's something you don't find on the Fortnite streams. Is the playing size is the actual size of the Earth. So on one map, it is thousands and thousands of virtual real miles.
Are you talking the flat Earth?
Yes, if you had flattened the Earth, the circumference.
Okay, well, the Earth is flat, so I mean, so we're just playing on the Earth then.
Yes, the Earth is flat. Did you shine that light into your eyes? I mean, I think Dave has kind of turned himself into his own Men in Black.
Did you see that? There was a funny picture that somebody did. It was like the sun, and then it was like the sun was a big ball, right? And then it had like Mercury and Venus, and then Earth was flat, and then every planet was circular except the Earth was flat. It was funny. That was funny. I made a hockey along. Oh, cool. Some people make these cathedrals. It's like, holy cow! It's like it's more than just a rink. It was the stands and the goal lights behind the nets.
It's a lot like adult Legos, but you don't need to. You don't need the space for it. So it's a lot like a Lego set. Dale, the name of the sim is Train Sim 2020.
You got a couple of them though, right?
I've got Train Sim World. I haven't streamed that yet. I haven't tried it on the new computer. I wanted to make sure that whatever I did would actually work, because you don't want to, here we go, we're going to do this route, and it's chugging along at 4 frames a second, because I finally have a computer that can run City Skylines, maybe.
Isn't it nice when you get that new computer and it runs all your games?
Yes.
Because I don't do many of the newer games. See, that's why I bought the Xbox and a PlayStation, because if I'm gonna play a game that's new, those will run it. I mean, when you buy a game, you don't know if the computer's not good enough or not. It's gonna work. So when I play computer games, I usually play the older ones, so they usually work phenomenal on my system. My system's 3 years old now, maybe 4 years old. It's a nice Alienware. It's just a little old, but
yeah,
it runs everything phenomenal. But if I were to try to buy a brand new game that come out that's the latest and greatest, I would have a hard time. So I avoid those. If I'm gonna buy that, I'll buy it for the console if I can.
Yeah, no, and it's guaranteed to work on the console. And Bob is right. You can't step on Minecraft blocks.
Right. Yes. Yep. They're on the computer. Think about the Legos. Everybody says stepping on Legos. We never had that. We had Legos as a kid. I don't ever remember stepping on Legos as a kid. We just picked them all up, but we used them all.
It was your parents.
Yeah. Oh, they would have. We would have got in trouble. They would have,
Yes,
kicked us out of the house or something.
I had Lincoln Logs.
I had them too. Yeah. Yeah.
I had those. I almost choked to death on a Weeble Wobble.
Oh, love the Weeble Wobbles.
The Weebles Wobble, but they don't fall down.
Those, I used to like the Fisher Price too.
Oh, I had
the little people without the arm, and you put them in the car. And they had the garage. You could go up the garage, and then they could get on the garage, and they had the little thing you crank up. And
yep.
Oh my gosh, all those Fisher Price. That was so good. It was so simple too. And now you have all this unbelievable figures, how they make a whole bit. It still wasn't as fun. It's still, the old stuff was so much fun. And Bobby says the bus. Yeah. The bus. Yep. And all the different people that it was. I think we used to play football or soccer with those guys.
I had the houseboat for Fisher Price.
Oh, I think we had that too. Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The houseboat.
The houseboat.
Oh, that was so good. Hang on one second. Let me see. I'm going to have to get a Fisher Price houseboat.
I'm sure those sell on eBay for a pretty penny.
$124. $100.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see if I can call this up here.
And again, I'm pushing 50, so
yes, I'm gonna see if I can share this. Hang on one second, folks. I'm gonna share my screen. Chrome tab.
Set. My mother didn't think I could do anything with it because of the way I handle things, so I never got one of those. But Lincoln Logs I had.
Is that showing up on the screen?
Yes, that's exactly what we had.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it had the lounge chairs and the life preservers.
Wow. And look, the dog is as tall as the kids.
Yeah, dog's a big dog. Oh, I had that kid with the red hat and the freckles. Oh, I always in the ass. Oh, I got the captain's hat. Oh yeah. Oh, you got the little boat on the side. Oh yeah, Ron, that boy, you pulled that one out. Nice job.
Hey, you're welcome.
That was a good one. I like that. Nice job with that. The Fisher Price, the boat. Oh boy, that was good stuff.
I also had a little record player that had plastic records.
Yeah, I had that too. I don't know what it played, but
Oh God, it was
Wheels on the Bus, maybe. I don't know, something like
Probably. It
that.
was a
Mary
couple
had a little lamb. Yeah.
Mary Had a Little Lamb was one. Kind of sound like a music box. If you get copyrighted for that, it's not my fault.
Yeah. So so we'll wrap this up in a couple minutes. Just want to do a Tuesday night chat. We got a double header tonight. If you're interested in hockey at all, Ron and myself are going to do a little recap of the 72 Summit Series between Russia and Canada on my YouTube channel. We're not going to go on Facebook for that. I don't think we'll just do the YouTube for that tonight, but we'll be live. We'll probably take like a 5 or 10 minute break so I can set up the visuals, so to speak. So I'll share my screenshots of the box scores that I did, and we're just going to talk about how that played out and just things I was going through, things I was feeling when I did that. Because boy, you have these cards and dice games, and you're thinking, that's kind of stupid, but I was into it. I was like scoring chance.
You really were.
I mean, when the Russians go ahead 3-0, and then Phil Esposito gets a hat trick to tie the game, I was into it. I was like, man, Esposito scores again. It's 3-3. This is getting good. This is getting good. So we're going to talk about that and a little bit on my YouTube channel here. I think that's you can either find it on the Ratcast Radio or Dave Gardner Videos, one of the two. I forget which one it's under now. It might be under both, actually. But we'll be up there on YouTube doing that, chatting some hockey tonight. And Larry, yeah, thanks. We're enjoying these. It's becoming almost like a nightly thing here on the channel. Mm-hmm. Just with no work right now. I mean, the wife comes home, we have dinner, we chat a little bit, and then when she hits the sack or whatever it is, I'll jump on here and talk and sometimes we have some other guests on. We had 4 people on the other night, and that was kind of fun. And don't forget my deflector pins. Yes, we played that video. That Flynn, I don't know if you caught that. That was a Seals pin. It was an Oakland Seals pin patch. It was actually a patch that we put on their stuff there. So. But so we're going to talk some hockey in a couple of minutes on my YouTube channel as we set up and talk about that there. And then don't forget that Robbie, thank you so much. Hopefully we can catch you in a couple of minutes. But so we do our Tuesday night chat. It's been a Tuesday night chat, and don't forget to check out the podcast me and Ron do, Digital to Dice. If you like sports simulations at all, if you just like hearing us chat, we're doing a lot of the same things we do here, just in an audio format.
Right.
And we focus a little bit more on some of the things that we're playing. Ron does a lot of computer stuff. I kind of have a mixture of computer, console, and cards and dice. We take feedback from the community, and we have sometimes we ask questions in advance and we get answers, and we read the community answers as well. So we have a really good time with Digital to Dice.
Absolutely.
And so this is true. And can I use the light on my hat for a spotlight in this hockey? I could. This thing does a nice job. It lights up and it shows me everything. It's pretty bright, actually, because it's LED lights,
Yes, I know how bright it is.
Yeah. Oh, Kenny just joined. Hey, Kenny, we're actually wrapping up the talk show portion of this, but we're going to come right back on YouTube, and I'm going to recap my 72 Summit Series that I played with Shootout Hockey. So I think you might want to be around for that one. So if you're available in the next 10 or 15 minutes, check my YouTube channel as I spark up another one. We'll probably do it right here, Ron, on the StreamYard. We'll just get a new feed going, and so I can share my screen and do things like that, which I really can't do from my other setup there, but we'll do it through StreamYard. And just in case, everybody, one more thing. We gotta put the cakes back before we go, right? We gotta put the cakes back before we go. I mean, you should see, when I put the cakes up, right? I can see how many people are watching us. It went. All these people wanted to see those cakes. When I took the cakes down, it flattened the curve. It totally flattened the curve.
Flatten my curves, baby.
It does. I'm looking here. The one down right below you is that chocolate cream pie over there, like second from the right. That's the one there. That looked good. And then the one dead center, middle, bottom shelf. There's this. I don't know if that's a tiramisu cake, and then the one behind them is that vanilla one with the chocolate sprinkles on it. Oh, that looks so good.
And as Larry says, only 20 calories.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of calories on these.
Not
there's really not.
We'll save the cheesecakes for other people.
And
Thank you, sir.
yo, watching from Nashville. Hey, yeah, and again, if you're on YouTube, check back in about 5 minutes. We're gonna sign off here, but we're gonna be both back talking about the hockey product I did. So if you want to listen to us talk a little bit more, if you want to listen to some hockey talk, tune back in just a couple of minutes. We were gonna do it this afternoon, and it didn't work out. So Ron said, let's do a doubleheader tonight of live streaming. So I like to do my live streaming for my Facebook friends as well as my YouTube friends, but the hockey one will just be YouTube only. So if you're watching on Facebook and you want to see more, you're gonna have to jump over to YouTube and catch that. And if you're not sure of my YouTube channel, just send me a quick message and I'll give you the link.
Dave
But
Gardner.
I think that's Dave Gardner videos. I think Ratcast Radio, you'll find it too. And Kenny.
Yeah, I'd wreck him too, buddy. It's worth it. Absolutely worth the coma for that.
Yeah, if I'm gonna get locked into a place, I'm gonna go lock myself in that place. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
With a big bottle of insulin. Yeah, and thank you, Ken. Yeah, it just started kind of just as something fun, but some people are actually looking forward to our little talk shows here, and as we ride the storm out the best we can, and that's all we can really do. So we're gonna sign off here. We're gonna go take a quick drink, maybe quick bathroom break. I'm going to make my decaf coffee, and I'm gonna set up, and we're gonna talk some hockey on my YouTube channel. So thanks everybody that tunes in. I guess we'll probably see you guys tomorrow night if all goes well. At least I'll be here. Hopefully Ron will be. Ray's up in Maine right now. Oh, imagine if they closed down Maine and Ray's stuck in Maine. Oh my gosh, what would you do stuck in Maine?
Becoming a living Stephen King novel.
Oh my gosh, just the novels he could write up in Maine. That would be great. That would be great. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for all the nice comments and the people that popped in for a couple of minutes. Some people I haven't seen in a long time coming in to say hi. So we're doing okay over here, the best we can. In fact, I got my birthday present from my mom in like a month early because you don't know how long it's gonna take with all the craziness going on. But I found the packet today, so I'm all ready for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
You done with that thing yet?
No, I didn't turn it on, by the way. I turned it on. It's got lights on it, by the way, but I keep blinding Ron, so I don't want to have him blind on the show right now. So I still need him for a little bit, just a little bit. So thank you so much, everybody, and we'll catch some of you on the YouTube channel in about 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Ron. Thanks for joining me,
Always a pleasure.
and hopefully see everybody tomorrow night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.